Let me know if you guys can hear me, okay? Share screen. So I'm gonna just jump right into, do I want to do that one? Chrome tab. Give me a second. I'm just sharing my screen with you because I just seen right now they released the cause of death for Tommy. So I just seen that literally 5 minutes before I went live. So let me pull this up real quick. Hold on. And let's move this here. I can't see your guys' comments. All right. Is it lagging? Come on, StreamYard. Come on. Come on. Come on. Can you guys see me? Hold on. Let me go to comments. I see that I'm lagging already. I can see it on my end. Am I lagging, you guys? Can you guys hear me? See, this is why usually when I start the stream, I let it roll for a minute before I even go on camera because of the lagging. Let me see what you guys are saying. We see you. Am I lagging though? Fuck. You know me. I get upset when it does this stuff. It's working kind of slow. Let's see what you guys say. Hey, Junie. Hey, Femme Fatale. Yes, it's lagging, or yes, you can see me. Sounds good to me. All right, no, it's not lagging. Kind of lagging, some of it. So let's let it just connect together, shall we? So hello, everybody. Thank you guys for being here with me today. I'm not going to take up a lot of your time. I actually wasn't planning on going live this week, to be honest with you. I have been swamped with research, just so you guys know, and also a lot going on in my real life, some stressors going on. Don't worry about it. I'll be okay. I'm just trying to get through this week and I should be fine. I'm not going to worry about it. It is what it is. It's in God's hands, is what I always say. No lagging. Okay, great. Broken dishes. How are you, love? Hey, Karen. No lagging. Perfect. I think it's ready to go. Okay. So I definitely want to come live about this week because we just learned about Tommy Howe's case. His body was discovered, and as you guys are seeing on the screen, let me make that bigger. We just got the cause of death. Now, I'm going to read this article. Yes, it's Fox. It's the first one I seen. So we're going to just read this one. And then we're going to look at the map because I'm hoping that they give us more of the location. We know that his body was discovered in the river, but I want to see if they give us an exact location. I've been looking at the map, so let's see what they say about it. But one big hello to all of you guys in chat. Normally I go one by one, but like I said, I wasn't planning on going live today. And if I seem a little out of my normal positive self, there's just a lot going on. So, all right, yeah. So let me start reading this. And hello, I think it was Johnny. Hi, Johnny. Hey, Dee. Give it up for my mods, you guys. Give it up for my mods. Show them love. They are the best on YouTube. I know every channel says that, but I really do believe I have the best. I really do. And broken dishes, I should give you a wrench. You deserve a wrench. You've been with me forever and you're always holding it down whenever you're here. Let me know if you want one and I can give you one. But definitely you are amazing here at the channel. Show me some love by giving me some likes and hitting the like button or dislike. Doesn't hurt my feelings whatsoever. Don't worry about it. It doesn't. And I see Valerie in the house. Sandra's here. Junie. We got Monica. Yay, you caught it live. I'm glad. Sleepless in South Africa. Always good to see you, beautiful. Did you change your photo? You are beautiful. Hey, what's up, Karen? All right, and anyone else? And I see Dee's also here. Anyone else? Hey, Kim. All right, guys, so I'm going to just give you a little recap. Most of you guys know about this case because it is one that I've been following and I've been, taking you guys along with it. But we know that this happened in, where is it? Antioch, Illinois, and on January 22nd, Tommy Howe, 24 years old. He was actually supposed to go visit with his family to go have lunch on that day. He actually had a party later that evening, and when his vehicle was recovered that day after being in the accident, the presents that he bought for the party later were actually in the vehicle. So it kind of just tells us that he actually had plans for later on that he was planning on going to. Now, like I said, he was in an accident. It seems like he caused the accident based off of what we've been told from law enforcement. But for some reason, he walked away from the accident. His family says that's completely out of his character. He would never do something like that, walking away from an accident. So they were left with lots of questions. His family believes that he suffered some type of head injury from the accident and just made him walk away, maybe confused and all of that. Now, his personal phone was found in his vehicle, but his work phone, law enforcement was able to track to a area not too far from the accident. And that's when they did their search. And they had a massive search in the very beginning. They had different types of dogs there searching. They had different agencies there, multiple agencies actually. They had volunteers. I believe, if I remember correctly, anyone can correct me, was it like over 70 volunteers or something like that? They had a lot of volunteers helping with it, family included. They had the drone out there, and they weren't able to find Tommy until recently. So I'm going to go ahead and read this to you for you guys. And I'm not looking at chat, okay? Because I'm going to read this. And let me move this down. So as you can see from the title, it says Tommy Howe case, cause of death revealed for Antioch man pulled from Des Plaines River. Now, it says the preliminary cause of death was revealed Wednesday for a 24-year-old Antioch man, Tommy Howe again, who was pulled from the Des Plaines River Tuesday afternoon. So this just happened. They found him on Tuesday, and then yesterday they revealed the cause of death. The Lake County Coroner's Office says Tommy Howe's cause of death was drowning. Ugh, doesn't that just break your heart? And I keep seeing everyone saying another young man found in the water. And I agree with you guys on that. And so he drowned. According to the preliminary autopsy findings, it says. Now, just before 2 p.m. on Tuesday, Tommy was recovered from the Des Plaines River near Libertyville. A kayaker who was in the Des Plaines River last Friday saw a jacket along the shoreline that matched the description of the jacket Tommy was last seen wearing, authorities said. So, shout out to this kayaker for taking the initiative of seeing not only the jacket, but recognizing it as being the one that Tommy was wearing when he was last seen based off of the description, and then calling police. If he didn't know of Tommy going missing and he just seen a jacket and didn't think anything of it and just left it and went on his way. Imagine that. So shout out to that kayaker. The kayaker then called police, which led to a search of the river by area police canine units and the fire department dive teams. The divers were not able to resume their work until Tuesday afternoon due to unfavorable river conditions. So if my memory serves me right, I believe they went out that Friday and Saturday to search, but I guess because of the weather and all of that, it probably wasn't safe. They came back, and this is when Tommy would be discovered. Now, based on evidence from the scene, the body was preliminarily identified as Tommy. Now, Tommy has been missing again since Saturday, January 22nd at approximately 11 a.m. that morning. He was driving from his Chicago apartment to his parents' Antioch home when he was involved in a crash along I-94 near Route 176. Now, again, remember his family said that, he was doing errands that morning. Again, he had purchased some presents for a birthday party or a party. I don't know if it was a birthday party, but a party he was going to later on that evening. He was supposed to go have lunch with his family. In fact, that's where he was headed to. That's what the parents said, that he was headed to go have lunch with them. And when he didn't show up, that's why they were able to, call him and, look for his location to see exactly where he was at. And they noticed that his location had not moved. And that's when they went to the location and they found the vehicle at the tow place. Now it goes on to say that witnesses reported seeing him walk away from the site of the crash, cross lanes of traffic, and enter the nearby Old School Forest Preserve in Libertyville. Now, we don't know who this witnesses are. We know that the crash, it seems like Tommy caused the crash. He swerved to the right and hit the rail, and then which made him go left and hit the vehicle, which hit another vehicle. And one of the persons that were in one of the vehicles that was hit, she was a mother, and she was more concerned about her own children, of course, so she was checking on her children. She didn't see Tommy walk away, but then someone else said that they seen someone walking away that fit the description of Tommy. Now, again, we don't know what made him walk away from the crash. His family says that's, like I said earlier, completely out of character. Now, the day of the crash, Tommy's parents, again, used the location of their son's personal cell phone to find his car. It has been taken to a tow lot in Vernon Hills. The vehicle was damaged and the airbags had been deployed. We have been with the Howe family throughout their search for Tommy, said Antioch Police Chief, I think it's Gutshow. This is devastating time for them. The family will continue to be in our prayers. An investigation is underway into the circumstances of his death. The family of Howe released a statement on Facebook Wednesday saying, in part, we are incredibly humbled by the outpouring of love, support, and selfless act you provided to us in our search for Tommy. Whether helping us in the searches, saying prayers, sending calls / texts, or providing us with food. It is greatly appreciated. Over the last 24 days, your love, support, and selfless acts gave us the strength we needed to press on. Now, while the outcome was not what we were hoping and praying for, we were able to locate Tommy and now have the honor to lay him to rest. This next part gets me every single time I read it as a mom. We don't know what God's plan is. God gave us the gift of Tommy for 24 years, and we will cherish the time we had with Tommy. Tommy will live on in our hearts forever. He will continue to watch over all of us from above. Ugh, that always gets me. I read it the first time and it just got me. Let's see what this says right here. Let's play this. And can I make this bigger? I don't want to play an ad.
A devastating end tonight to a search for a missing man who disappeared after a car accident.
Police say they've recovered the body of 24-year-old Tommy Howe.
Anthony Ponce has the latest live from Liberty. Anthony.
Yes, Dawn and Corey, shortly before 2 this afternoon, dive teams recovered Howe's body from the Des Plaines River not far from Libertyville. This was after this past week. A kayaker spotted a jacket on the shoreline of the river that matched the description of the jacket that Howe was last seen wearing. The 24-year-old Antioch man vanished back on January 22nd under very unusual circumstances. He was involved in a car crash that day on I-94 and was right afterwards seen walking into a nearby forest preserve. That was the last sign of him, other than
I don't know if you guys can tell. Does this look like houses right here? I'm just trying to pinpoint. So when we look at the map, because they haven't given us like the exact location, they just told us that he was found in the river. And this is, I'm glad I'm playing this one right here because they do give us, this reporter does give us a little bit of information, kind of where he was found in location wise. But I'm just wondering, are these houses right here? I know this is the lake right here, but I'm trying to see, does anyone know if this looks like houses? And I know it's lagging a little bit. It's not me, you guys. It's a course StreamYard.
Then finding his cell phone at that forest preserve. His family thinks that he may have suffered a head injury, perhaps, may have become disoriented. So fast forward to this past Friday when a kayaker spotted that jacket. Members of the Libertyville Fire Department Swift team began searching the river. That search had to be paused over the weekend because of difficult conditions. It did resume today, and that is when Howe's body was found in the water right near a railroad bridge. Now, family spoke to Howe's.
Keep that in mind, near a railroad bridge. Keep that in mind, guys. Okay? What he just said. And it looks like those were houses to me. We're going to look at it again. Okay, I don't know if it's lagging or not. Okay, let me see. So, Junie says, it looks like buildings with Christmas lights on a pathway. Yeah, I'm going to go to YouTube because they play this exact video, but I feel like it's more brighter or something like that. Hold on, let me see. Because I'm trying to figure out, is that houses right there? And it's driving me nuts. Let's go to YouTube. And let's see that video from YouTube and see if it gives us better lighting. Again, thank you guys for all being here. Hey, Pandora, what's up? How are you? Let's see, Tommy Hill. Tommy Hill. Did I just say Tommy Hill? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's see if I can find it. I think it was. All right, let's stop sharing this one and let's go from here to here. All righty, let's see. Let's do this one. Let's try this. I have so many things up open right here. Let's close this one. And I think it was this one we watched. Don't think I'm ignoring you guys either in chat. I'm just trying to get a good visual because when we look at the map, I'm not from this area, so I have no idea. Let me.
It's been 3 weeks since Tommy Howe has been seen.
The only hard evidence of his whereabouts, his work cell phone found here at an old school forest preserve in Libertyville. His parents now offering a $10,000 reward for information that can bring him home.
Nope, that's not the one we want. Let's see. Is it this one? Yeah, this is it. Found it. Yay. Okay. So this should be brighter and we should be able to see it better here. Let me take that off of the screen. All right, here we go. This is the one I wanted.
A devastating end tonight to a search for a missing man who disappeared after a car accident.
Police say they've recovered the body of 24-year-old Tommy Howe.
Anthony Ponce has the latest live from Libertyville. Anthony.
Yes, Don and Corey, shortly before 2 this afternoon, dive teams recovered Howe's body from the Des Plaines River not far from Libertyville. This was after this past week. A kayaker spotted a jacket on the shoreline of the river that matched the description of the jacket that Howe was last seen wearing. The 24-year-old Antioch man vanished back on January 22nd under very unusual circumstances. He was involved in a car crash that day on I-94 and was right afterwards seen walking into a nearby forest preserve. That was the last sign of him, other than finding his cell phone at that.
Okay, so just try to remember what this looks like, you guys. These look like Christmas lights. This is the river. I know it's kind of dark. There's some kind of railing right here, and then there's a bush on this side. Okay. Just keep that in your
Forest Preserve.
His family thinks that he may have suffered a head injury, perhaps, may have become disoriented. So fast forward to this past Friday when a kayaker spotted that jacket. Members of the Libertyville Fire Department SWIFT team began searching the Des Plaines River. That search had to be paused over the weekend because of difficult conditions. It did resume today, and that is when Howe's body was found in the water right near a railroad bridge. Now, a family spokesperson says that Howe's got a very big family. A lot of them are coming.
All right, railroad bridge. Okay, keep that in your noggin too. So those little, because we're going to look at the map right now, and I'm just trying to figure out where exactly he was discovered. Let me see. You guys are keeping it in your head, right? Let's see. Okay, this is what I'm trying to look at, the bridge. Okay, so this bridge right here, keep that visual also in your noggin, okay? Let's go to the map now. Let's check it out. Okay, let me see what you guys are saying first. Monica says, done. Thank you. Okay, let's go there now. Let me stop this. Let's share the screen. Share. Windows. Chrome tab. Let's go to Google Maps. All right, let's see. I'm just moving things around, guys. Give me a second. Okay, I wish I can see comments while I share this with you, but I can't. Hold on, let me move things around. Maybe I can. What if I make that smaller? Still can't see comments. Hold on, I'm just trying to see comments and navigate this with you guys. That's gonna have to do for now. Okay. Hey Rhonda, she says, hi crazy. Do you think it's possible that Tommy had his car stolen? Had his car stolen and killed before it was the murderer seen running from the scene? Was it proven that it was Tommy driving running from the scene? You know, Rhonda, believe it or not, your question is one that I have seen probably the most when I was in the Search for Tommy's Facebook page. A lot of people would say that. Also on different news stations that reported on this, on YouTube that I was reading comments, people asked that question a lot. Was that Tommy actually that walked away from the scene? What we were told, this is how it was told to us. Witnesses seen him walking away from the scene, but then we were also told that a witness said that they seen someone walking away from the scene that fit the description of Tommy. Now, I'm only going to assume that they must have surveillance from that area because there are cameras right around there. I personally believe this was Tommy. That's my opinion based off what has been given to us. I think it was Tommy in the vehicle. I know his parents said that he spoke with them and he was headed to go have lunch with them. What do you guys think about the question that Rhonda's asking? I personally think it was him. And again, he was found in the river, and it's not that far from the old school forest preserve. Let me see what you guys say. Maybe after the accident, he was in a fog like I was after my accident, and he accidentally drowned trying to cross the river. That's what I'm thinking too. And if we look at the map, his family believes that he got some kind of head injury and walked away for some reason, made him walk away. But can you guys see the map? Okay, let me take that off the screen. So right here, can you guys see the mouse? It looks like a cat is chasing it. Can you see the mouse? Let me know. It's right here. Stacy, was the driver drunk or how did the accident happen? No, he was. So far, we haven't been told if anything was found in his system quite yet. We don't know the reason for the accident. Per even the chief's interview, he stated that, there was no signs of him being on his phone during that time of the accident, because sometimes, people are on their phone and they're distracted. He said there was no signs of that. Not sure how they knew that, maybe by tracking the activity of the phone. But no one seems to know as of yet why the accident actually happened. We do also know that Tommy did go see his counselor. He was seeing somebody because his mother says that he was going through some, mental stressors, some life stressors he was going through, and he was seeking help for it. She made a statement that, during the time COVID was really serious going on, it's still serious, but you guys know what I mean. Working from his apartment was hard for him, and then he had a new job. So she was saying, for a young adult, he was dealing with a lot mentally, and he was actually seeking help for it. And he actually seen his counselor that morning. So not sure why the accident actually did happen. It's unclear if he purposely caused the accident, if he was just distracted. We don't know yet. And also we don't know if anything was in his system yet. None of that's come out. But with an autopsy, will this help with his, well, it should help to tell us too if anything was in his system, Sandra. But right now, we do know that cause of death would be drowning. We don't have the full report yet. They haven't given us anything yet. Just the cause of death was drowning. So right here on the screen, you guys, is going to be where the accident happened. You see Lamb's Farm right here. This area is going to be the interstate right here. This is where the accident happened. This whole area right here is the old school forest preserve. Let me go zoom in a little bit for you guys. So this area all right here is the old school forest preserve. Now, again, the accident happened right here. And this is where Tommy's work phone would be recovered, somewhere in here. Now, I wish law enforcement would have given us an exact location. That's just me. I wish they would have told us, was it in towards the entrance of the preserve? Was it towards more where the accident was? Was it towards, I don't know, the public toilets, or was it in the middle? They never gave us exact location. All they told us was it was found here at the forest preserve, his work phone, when they tracked it. Now, we're being told that his body was discovered in the Des Plaines River. Okay, so you can see here's the Des Plaines River. It goes all the way down here. So you can see it travels all the way. It keeps going, you guys, all the way down here. At first, I was thinking this might have been where? Let me see, can I get close to that? Let's see what this looks like. Let's see. Okay, you can see the water right there. At first, I was thinking this might have been the location around here, but I was like, no, don't think so. Let's see. Hold on, guys. I'm not looking at chat. I'm just trying to see something. All right, let's see. Because remember they said it was near, what did they state? It was near railroad tracks or a bridge. Is that what they stated? Right? That wouldn't be. Let's see. It keeps going. It keeps going. I'm just seeing where this river actually leads to. And I'm going to show you a path. See, it goes there. So it couldn't have been there. I'm going to show you a path where I think Tommy could have went and how he could have got to the river. All right, let's go back to where we were at. Okay, so, all right, so right here, again, this area is where his work phone was located. And you can see right here, the river. Now, this right here, there's a little opening right here. He could have easily walked in here. You can't take a vehicle in this area, but you can easily just walk in. And right here, it would have led him on, it's called, let's see what it's called. The Des Plaines River Trail. It could have taken him straight across to the river. It could have took him straight across. See this opening? Let's go to that opening. Sorry guys, my mouse is acting up. Just going to use the touch screen. Okay, so right here is that little opening I was showing you guys. And this leads you straight into, let's move this. See how it says service access only, but if you're on foot, which Tommy was, he couldn't easily just walk through this area right here. And this would have taken him straight across to lead straight to that river. And looking at the map, so that would have been this entrance right here. He could have just straight walked. It's just, and as you can see, it's just all plain right here. This trail right here. And it would have led him straight to the river. And there's nothing right around here either that would have captured him, as you can see. That's the only route when I was looking at the map that made sense to me. Because again, you got to remember, he was in an accident. But you can see it leads him straight here. Now, again, I'm not looking at chat, you guys, so bear with me. Now, do you remember the house, how it looked? Remember the lights? It looked like there was houses right there by the river. Let's look at what this looks like. Let's go here. Okay, so this is E. Rockland Road, Libertyville. Isn't this what it looked like on the video, or is it just me? Remember the like it looked like houses, and there was something like. Let me see what you guys are saying. To me, this looks like what we looked at on the news right now. Did I hear that he might accidentally been the one to have caused the accident? It seems, based off of how it was explained to us from the chief, it does seem like it was him who caused the accident. He did go to the right and hit the railing. No one knows why he went to the right to hit the railing, and then he went left, which caused him to hit a vehicle that hit a vehicle. So there's no real explanation why that accident happened. Zuni says his phone was found a quarter of a mile into the. Was it towards the direction of where the accident was? Which would make sense. And no one knows why he dropped his work phone there, or did he leave it there? No one knows why on that either. Fem says that is what it looks like. Yeah, that's what I thought too. So to me, this looks like what we were looking at on the news where they were describing the location and stuff like that. And remember, there was a bush here. So that means, let me get that out of there. So that means here's the Old Forest Preserve again. The accident would have been, let me move over. So this is the area the accident was at. This is the Old School Preserve right here. And then here's the river over here. So if we do a, let's just say here, pin, let's see, to about, where was it? Right here, I think it was. Let's do it from here. Measure distance to about right here, we'll say. So what is that? About 4,000 feet. It's not far at all for him. I'm just wondering, does anyone know this area where the bushes are to the water? Is there like a little barrier from where the forest is to where the water would begin, or can you just walk through the bushes and walk into the river? Does anyone know that? Because on here it's too hard. It doesn't really show from here. I was trying to see. I'm guessing that he possibly, I don't know, might have just walked through and then the river was right there. Was he trying to cross the river to get to what's right there? There are houses and stuff right there. Was he trying to get to the other side? And another thing, his jacket was found on the shoreline. I know people are wondering, did he take that off before going into the water, or was that from the current? Did it remove it? Let me see what you guys are saying. Let me go to, I'm going to scroll up to comments, you guys. So let's see. Yes, definitely praying for the family. Hey, Sky. No series, CCC. Sleepless in South Africa. I'm going back and looking at comments, so I'm not sure what this was response to. Scott, I caught this live. I know, I missed you, Scott. Hey, Pink. I see Pink's in the house. Dee says, I think this may be as much as they may be able to confirm. If he had brain damage prior, we would know something, but I'm wondering, was the crash enough to set him off? I don't know. From listening to what the family has stated and knowing that he was dealing already with some stressors and he had seen his counselor, I do believe, based off of what they told us, that he was going to a party later that day, and there was signs that he was planning on going to the party that day because he had purchased some presents which were found in the vehicle. So I feel like he did have plans that day, but I wonder if the crash kind of just set him off, like Dee saying, maybe a breaking point, and he just felt the need to get away. Or is it possible that he suffered some kind of concussion, or was he disoriented and confused and just walked away? Did he remove his jacket before going into the river? Was he trying to cross the river? So many questions we have, and I just feel so sad for the family that this is the outcome, and I'm sure they're left with lots of questions. I wonder, could Tommy swim is another thing. I know the river, they were saying it's definitely not safe, but I do wonder, did he know how to swim? Fem says, I want to read the autopsy so bad. I want to understand how this could happen medically. I mean, yeah, I agree with you. And maybe they'll give us more information as days goes by, or maybe they won't. Let me go to Facebook really quick to see if they released anything really quick, you guys. Let me see. But Rhonda, that stolen car comment, that is probably one of the #1 comments I've been seeing for the longest time since this happened, actually. I remember when I first went live with this case, someone asked me that question and I was like, no, but then I started seeing it everywhere. So you're definitely not alone with that thought at all. For little Puffin says they're agreeing with D, and says that's why I was confused by the manner of death question, because he was in a car crash, seems wandering away, found like this. So in the car crash, wandered away, walked away, dropped his phone, his work phone, or threw his work phone, we don't know, but the work phone was found in the preserve area. Then we hear his body was found in the river. And here's the thing about that. They had a pretty extensive search of the forest area, what we were told. And they had a pretty good search of it. Okay? They searched this, they said. They told us they searched it. And like I said, they had multiple different dogs there. They had lots of agencies helping. They had the drones. And I think the initial search went on, correct me if I'm wrong, I think it was 2 days, someone correct me. And then we were told that, other people went there on their own, was searching. Other people, the family went there and they searched. And I'm just wondering why they didn't broaden the search a little bit more. Everybody kept saying, and if you've been following this case, everybody kept saying, search the river, search the river, search the river. So not sure why another additional search didn't happen, maybe for that river beforehand. I don't know. And also when they did the recent briefing, it was they had the family, they had the parents there, and they had a spokesperson for the family, and they had the, law enforcement was there. And when they turned it over to the media and they asked for questions, they asked one question. I was so mad over that. Karen says that he may not have known what he was doing. That is a very good possibility. I agree with that. I think a head injury or even just shock could make you super confused. Buttercup, good question. So far, they haven't told us anything. We don't know if they received any surveillance from any of the intersection cameras. We don't know, and there are cameras right there where the accident would have taken place. Around that area, there are some. I'm not sure if the Lamb's Farm has surveillance. The Senior Oaks Living, do they have surveillance? We don't know if they recovered anything from that area or surrounding area. They haven't released any of that. And since no one asked these questions when they did the briefing, we don't know. I did find out that Tommy did have an Apple Watch and he was wearing it the day this happened. I did ask that in the search for Tommy's Facebook, and they responded to me and they said, yes, he did own one and he was wearing it the day this accident happened. And they also told me that law enforcement went down that route. I don't know what that means, but it was looked into. Rose with Thorn says, they'll know soon if he had a TBI, but I don't think that would make him run. And it doesn't sound like he was freaking from work overload, so that leaves foul play. So what do you think the foul play would be, Rose with Thorns? Tell me, please. Dee says that she thinks the crash was icing on the cake. But then again, he drowned though, and I'm just thinking, does anyone know the elements of that river? Anybody? Is it not safe to try to cross? Anybody know that river right there? That's a good point too. 44 Little says, I've heard from people sometimes going to therapy can bring up hard to deal with things like getting worse before it gets better. I totally 100% agree with that comment. Sanja, Dee's responding to Sanja. Let me see. With an autopsy, will this help with his probable death? And like Dee says, it will tell all more if there was other injuries, but that could be put down to the crash. I agree. She also states, I'm sure law enforcement had his car fingerprinted if they thought foul play was involved. I just don't think law enforcement, I don't want to just assume, but they never gave us any, I don't know. They just never put out foul play. I don't know. Based off everything they stated, again, they're not going to tell us everything, but to me, based off of them not doing additional searches, I know they did the initial search, which found the work phone, but based off not doing more searches after that, I kind of feel if they thought he walked away. Also, the family did a $10,000 reward for anyone who could give information to Tommy's whereabouts. And I know his family has stated, I think it was his mother made a statement that, he might be just, maybe he doesn't remember who he is. And she even said something like, if you don't remember the phone numbers, to go to any police station, if you can't remember who you are and stuff like that. So I think the family really believed that he just suffered some type of head injury and couldn't remember who he was and possibly just lost out there. Hey, Tomas. I seen someone say something to Tomas. I'm saying hi to him. Dee says, very sad for his family. I hope they all get the answers they need. Yes, I agree. Sky says, and I agree with this comment too. I'm just relieved. I think she means they were able to find him. He will be able to give at least some answers. Yeah, I do believe that. Buttercup says, did they say how he was found in the river? No, none of that, Buttercup. You're asking all the questions I want to know too. I have my folder right there with all the questions. We don't know. All we know is a kayaker found his jacket near the shoreline and recognized the jacket of being Tommy's, and then calling police. And then they came in and they did, I believe it was Friday and Saturday search, but because of the weather and the elements and stuff, they went back. I believe it was Tuesday, and that's when they found Tommy. But no, we don't know any of those details quite yet. I'm hoping we get more, because I don't know if it's just the conspiracy in my mind or what, but I'm like, I don't know, some of you may be thinking foul play. I can totally go there too. So all the questions you're having, I definitely have. Yes. And I'm actually, me, Sky, and Amanda are actually doing research on a case for Maura Murray. And she actually was in an accident also. It's been, 18 years now? She was in an accident and she has not been seen since. Nothing's been seen. Nothing that she even had on, that she had with her, nothing. That case right there is a rabbit hole, let me tell you. So yeah, people go get in accidents and then they're never found, just like the one in Arizona too. Daniel, Robinson, I believe. Another one, he was in an accident, has not been found. So I am, in a way, happy that Tommy at least was found. Wicked, are you a Cub fan? He says he was a Cub fan too. Prayers to his family and friends. Broken Dishes says maybe avoiding an animal. Not sure what animals are in this surrounded, if there's any around here. Does anyone know? Okay, Monica. Let's see what Scott says. Scott always has good comments. He always keeps my brain going. Let's see. This is a tough one, but I'm not trying to play devil's advocate, but this seems like head trauma, and a haze ran aimlessly through the woods and accidentally fallen into the river. Yeah, could be. And I mean, when we looked at the map, again, this is where the phone was found in the Old School Forest Preserve. As you can see, the river's right here. He could have just been, like Scott says, just either walking or running. Maybe he was trying to cross the river. I wonder if he was trying to commit the S word. That way they then backed out. Then when he walked into that wooded place, he went into the river to do it. I don't know. I don't know about that one. I just feel that, again, the presence just for me seems like if he had plans that he was going to go to that day. So it doesn't seem like that would have been a thought in his head for that day. Or are you saying after the accident, maybe having like just a breakdown of it all? I kind of feel like if he was possibly just trying to cross it, maybe that's the only logical thing I can think of, that he was just going, and the river, if he was going in this direction, the river is blocking him from continue going across. Maybe he was trying to get to the houses. I was looking to see what's around here. You know, I wonder why he dropped his, or if he threw his work phone. That's another thing I'm wondering. And was the work phone on when it was recovered? Did it die? Was it not working? Was there no service right there? I don't know. I wonder if he was wearing his seatbelt. Good question. Good question, Wicked. I do know that they stated there was no blood inside the vehicle anywhere, and there was no blood at the accident. I did read a comment for a video I was watching for this case, and someone had stated that he could have suffered internal bleeding too. That they were saying that someone they knew was in an automobile accident and they went home and they felt fine, but they started feeling sick. So then they were taken to the emergency and they actually had internal bleeding going on. They ended up being okay, but if they didn't go to the emergency, that person would not have made it. D says, it does hit home when our kids are at the same age as a victim. I have a 21-year-old son. Can't imagine the loss. I was thinking also too, if there's two thoughts for that on the accident. Since we don't know the reason for the accident, we do know it does seem like Tommy did cause the accident based off everything they told us. But I was also wondering, there's two thoughts that I have with that. Either he was just, distracted with his own thoughts in his head and he got in the accident, or like this right here, this comment right here, and it's stirring from one from earlier. Did he purposely cause the accident? Maybe trying to take his own life, maybe? I don't know. No offense made to anyone out there, but I've never been happier working from home. That's what Scott says. He's never been more happier from working from home and having all I needed delivered. I'm 100% happy with the life right now. I was the complete opposite than you, Scott. I'm a people person. I love meeting people. I love talking to people. I love going places and interacting and learning new things. So when COVID happened and I couldn't go anywhere, it was extremely hard on me. I was the mom that went and bought everything to keep, the kiddos busy and stuff like that. But then at night, I would be like, okay, what do I do now? I miss that interaction with people. I can never do a home job, I can never be a stay-at-home mom either. I tried it when my little one was about, how old was she? I took a year off of my career and I was like, she was going to start kindergarten. So I was like, I'm going to take a year off. I can do this. It's going to be amazing. 6 months in, I was like, I need to go back to work. Everyone's different. I'm the working mom outside of the home, definitely. Let's see. Let's look at this comment. I feel it's either that the head injury, the therapist appointment beforehand made me think he was trying to do it with the crash first. And I know that because of the HIPAA law and all of that, but I do wonder if he disclosed anything that day to his counselor. What was that session about? Again, I know we won't know that stuff, but I did wonder about that. I agree, Scott says. Crazy cram chick, head trauma causes people to do things they normally wouldn't. Also, yes, and that's another thing why I thought he might have took it off the jacket. I also thought the same thing, Scott. And I believe Amanda brought that to my attention too. You're an introvert, D? Would not have guessed that. Kim says she had to switch to her labby. My phone was so hard to see. Hey, Delana, how are you? She says, hello, everyone from Pittsburgh. How's everyone doing today? How are you guys doing today? We jumped right into this chat, and I did not even ask you guys that. My apologies, and I didn't even give you guys the date. I like to give the date, so when I go back and rewatch lives, I know. But today is February 17th. Did you guys have a good Valentine's Day? I haven't talked to you guys in quite some time. Let's remove this. Yeah, let's remove that. Oh, I think I blocked the wrong person. Did I block the wrong person? I might have just blocked the wrong person. If I did, I will fix it after. But yeah, I seen that bot in chat. Well, Scott says, how cold was it? Well, we know it snowed. Not sure actually the temp, but I know it snowed because when they were showing the search and the phone being found, it had snowed. So pretty cold, I'm going to assume. Stacy says the water would have been freezing. I know. I know. Oh, Dee, you need to stop. I have no idea what you're responding to, but you need to stop. Let's see. Buttercup says, oh, really, Buttercup? So she says, from what I've heard from a detective, there is a certain body position when a person is found deceased from drowning that can determine if there is foul play or not. She's not saying there's foul play, but wondering how he was found, face up or down. I agree, Valerie. That's just my opinion, and I know some people are going to disagree with me and get upset by that, but I just feel like an additional search should have happened from law enforcement, not from anyone in the area or anything like that, but from law enforcement and their resources. I think an additional search should have went a little wider. Definitely should have thought that. I thought that, and I know people are going to disagree with me on that, but it's okay. Oh, Delana says she's been missing my beautiful friend. Hope all is well. Yeah, I just been, like I said, I'm doing research on a couple of cases for you guys. So after next week, you guys will see me a lot. Also, just got some little stressors in my own real life. I'm just trying to get through. So, and I'm not one to fake the funk. Like if something's going on, you guys will know because I'm not that one that can fake a smile. I am not that person. I wear my feelings on my face. I am that person. Let's see. Why can't I see your comment? Where did your comment go? I just saw. So pretty much do I have it still up or did I close it? Let's see. So for a little recap, you already know about the case, I'm assuming, but they yesterday, because today's Thursday, right? Yeah, today's Thursday. So this came out yesterday at 4:22. This is Fox News. It's the first one I seen, so don't judge me on clicking on them. But it just says that the cause of death revealed for Antioch man pulled from the Des Plaines River. And again, just a little recap. The preliminary cause of death was revealed Wednesday for 24-year-old Antioch man. Again, we know this is Tommy Howe. Who was pulled from the Des Plaines River Tuesday afternoon. The Lake County Coroner's Office says Tommy, his cause of death was drowning, according to the preliminary autopsy findings. And I literally just read that before I went live, and I was like, oh my gosh. So he was found in the Des Plaines River, and the preliminary cause of death would be drowning. Oh, Kim, thank you. She says, I got your notification at the same time the news went live and I came here. Yes. Matthew, what did Matthew say? Hi, Matthew. Did you ask a question? Yes, 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 yes. And I have to agree. Let me show that. Matthew says depression in men needs to be addressed. It's bigger than people. Yes, and I agree with this because, and that's why I think it was so, I thought it was really, I don't know what's the right word, that Tommy was able to acknowledge that he was going through something, and he was only 24. He was able to acknowledge he was going through something mentally, and he was able to reach out to his mom and talk to his mom a little bit about it and let her know about it. And he was also seeking help. Not many men are able to do that. And I do agree with your comment. Depression in men needs to be addressed. And why do you think men do not go and seek help more or talk to their loved ones about it? Is it because men are taught to be strong and not show emotion? I know, like, my father was taught that way. I know times are different now, but I do agree with your comment, Matthew. Hi, Laurie. He must have had a concussion and went into the river with a question mark. I don't know. I'm thinking maybe the accident, maybe he did. Like some of people are saying, maybe he was just confused and just walking, trying to get, I don't know. I don't know. And here's the thing, like with all the cases, we don't know them personally. So it's so hard for us to try to like understand the whys of one's behavior, and we go based off of what the family or friends say. And this behavior is 100% out of Tommy's normal, like what he would normally do. It's out of his character. So I do wonder if he did suffer some type of head trauma, just confused and walked away, dropped his work phone for some reason. Maybe it was dead. I don't know. And then he just, like, we looked at the map, just walked that trail, which led him straight to the river. It's just, it leads you straight there. Maybe he just was just trying to cross it. I don't know. I don't know. It's just devastating. Devastating. Pride. Matthew says pride. Lori says mental illness is viewed as a weakness. And not only that, I will just say from my own personal like self, for me, you know, when I went through cancer, I suffered from depression, and it was hard for me to even tell anybody. No one knew I was suffering. Not my boyfriend, no family members, nobody. I kept it a secret. And the reason I did was because I'm the lion in the family. I've always been the lion. Even like when my younger years, I've been the lion. And when you're the lion in a family, I feel like people just expect you to be strong and you'll get through it. So for me, all I would hear from everybody would be, you're strong, you're going to get through it. You're strong, you're strong, you're strong. So for me, I couldn't tell anybody like, hey, I'm not so strong and I'm struggling here. So I kept that all a secret. And there was a point when I was going through treatment. I'll be honest with you guys. And I don't really say this often to anybody, but I, for a second, looked at that box of all those pills that were given to me, you know, and I, for a second, thought about I couldn't take it. For a second, I had that thought. And I remember I got so upset with myself for even thinking that as a mother, and then thinking of that while I'm going through cancer. Like, how can you think about that when you're fighting to stay alive and then you're having this thought? So then I felt 100% guilty over it, which led me more into a depression. But I think it's just hard for people when you are the strong one in the family everyone expects you to be strong. So how do you let people down? I think that was for me. So I don't know. Logan's mom. Hi, all. I'm late. Yes, you are Logan's mom. Sharon, how are you? Think men see it as a weakness, as for generations they've been brought. Oh, yeah, I agree. I do believe that. And I think also for my dad, he was always taught to be strong and tough. Men don't cry, because that's how his father was raised. And you're right, it's a cycle going down. I believe that. All right, you guys, I'm going to wrap this up. But I don't want to leave you guys in a sad funk or anything like that. I don't ever want anyone leaving my channel feeling blue or anything. Buttercup says, sometimes it's more comfortable to talk to someone who isn't your friend. I agree. And that's why, you guys, I always say this on here. When people write certain things, I'll say, email me if you feel the need to talk to somebody. Because I do agree with you on that. Sometimes it's just easier to talk to strangers because they don't know you. They don't know anything about you. So yes, it is easier to talk to strangers. Let me see if I can. How do I do it? Let's put some music on. StreamYard has music now, you guys. Let's see. Let's pick one. Let me stop sharing some of this stuff. All right. Stop sharing. Stop sharing. Let's try this one. You guys hear anything? No, not that one. Is this the one you like, Valerie? This one feels good. All right, you guys. So I am going to wrap this live up. I'm just moving things around. So I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. I have an appointment, so I'm going to go do my appointment. And then I am going on vacation next week. I am going to Cali. Why are you going to Cali for? That's not vacation. Well, it's where I'm from, for free, for Lake County. My family and friends are out there. So I get homesick quite often, and you get definitely homesick. So I am going out there, get my mind right, and I'll be gone for about a week. And then I'll be back with the channel. And I am going to be in downtown LA, so I was thinking of going to an apartment that Heidi Klein was at. Do you remember that case? The mom that was captured on surveillance at an apartment complex in downtown LA. She was walking her dog, and she hasn't been seen since. Since I'm going to be in downtown LA, in the alley out there, I'm going to go do some shopping. If you haven't been to downtown LA in the alley, you're going to have hot dogs and onions. So good, and I can't wait. So I'm going to go out there. So I think I'm going to go out there and look at the apartment, look around there, and just look at it, take some video, and pictures. I do want to talk about that case. So smash the like button, go to the CISO Hotel. You have to go with me, Valerie. All right, guys. So that's going to wrap up this live. Thank you guys for being here with me. Throw up some prayer hands for Tommy's family. Not the outcome we wanted, but at least he has been found. Some families, their loved ones get in an accident, and they're never found. So at least it's been found. We have a lot of questions, but hopefully in time we'll get those answers. If anything comes during these next 2 days that I am, doing my thing, I will keep you guys updated on the community page. I am really good at that, at least. I'm not great with a lot of things on this channel. Keeping you guys updated on the community, I am. Alright, guys. So as always, thank you. Well. I knew you were coming. I would have thanked you. Hi, John. It's always good to see John. Always good to see John. So, everyone, thanks for being here. Hit the like button. And as always, I'll talk to you guys. Bye, guys.